Hello guys, and welcome back to another training video. Here today we have Blake, the 6-month-old working cocker. Now Blake's owner hasn't done too much steadiness and no placeboard work at all, so this is Blake's first time on a placeboard. So the main things we're focusing on is the stay command, the leave command, and some recall. They're the three main aspects we're trying to focus on. And with the recall, we want to make sure he's offering us a nice delivery without a dummy before we then introduce a dummy. So I want his head nice and high, and I'm holding my hand out for him to rest his head in my hand as if I would be taking a dummy off him or a bird off him. So you'll see me going back and forth on these placeboards, making him sit. I don't actually teach him a stay command. I expect him to stay in a sit position, in a place position, until he is released or given another command. And again, recall him, make sure he's nice and steady, sits directly in front of me, and then I can give him a reward, which is his food today. Now, I don't always give him a food reward. Sometimes it's just verbal praise, sometimes it's a little bit of physical praise, and other times it's food. I don't want a reward all the time. I almost want the reward to be like a jackpot. So 1 in every 5 or 6, he gets a bit of reward just to make sure he's doing the right thing. And that keeps him focused and energized and concentrating in order to get the next reward. So again, here he's a bit keen and he comes off the placeboard. I just shuffle him back on, give him a bit of a stroke to let him know he's doing a good job, and then I back away. I also repeat the sit command to make sure he stays sat. Again, he breaks a little bit early, so I notice that the closer I am to him, the more often he's breaking. So I just take a little bit of a step wider, and he has a much easier time following me while staying stationary on the placeboard. So I want to make sure that I'm walking past the placeboard occasionally and not always stopping as soon as I get there, otherwise they'll start to anticipate the recall command and associate it with me coming to the board rather than me saying, Blake, come. I personally quite often like to start off this placeboard and the placeboard work on hard surfaces, because when we try to move it onto the grass, there's quite a lot of scented grass from the game birds here, so that can be a distraction. So if we start off on this hard surface, it's a lot less of a distraction for them, and it's a lot less smells. So I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of hill work in here as well, which he hasn't done a lot of. Again, using a bowl as a lure to make sure he stays nice and close to me before putting him back onto the placeboard. You can see, despite him breaking there, he's already getting a lot more comfortable on these placeboards, and his stay before this session was a minimal 3 or 4 seconds, and now I'm getting to 10-15 seconds, and I'm fully able to walk all the way around him with him being quite happy on the placeboard. I might have to reset him a few times, but for his first session, I'm very happy with how he's progressing. So we're doing a little bit more leave. I just want to make sure that he engaged and focused on me, even when the food reward is down on the ground. So I ask him to leave first. When he leaves and keeps engaged with me, he can then get it. Just because there's a reward on the ground does not mean it's always for him. And the leave command is one of the most important tools, especially in dog training. We're often asking our dogs to leave dummies, balls, and even further onto that is dead game or live game. So levers are a super important tool for dog trainers and dog owners. So you can see he breaks here. So I harshen my tone, I harshen my no, guide him back towards the place board, reiterate sit, and then I move back to doing what I was doing. So rather than doing one lot of stay and one lot of place stay on the place boards per meal time, I've split his meal into 4 bowls per meal time. So that's 8 times a day. We get to work on the sit, the place, the stay, the recall, the delivery, and that will compound up over time, and he'll get a lot better understanding of what I'm asking him to do. So it's super important that we don't just leave our dog's food down there and we actually use it. It's a really powerful tool in dog training, especially in gun dogs. We want to be able to use it and use that excitement and engagement they have with the food bowl and bring that to us, and to get them to have that engagement even more so with us as well. So it's super important to keep using food during training.
Leave. Leave. Like. Sit. Blake. Which way? No. Blake. Good lad.
So this is Blake's first session on the place boards, and I'm really happy with how he progressed, how he's done. This is the first time he's been introduced to stability and patience and staying. So we'll continue to work on this, and hopefully we can add to this progress in the future as well.